push you over here. Thank you. He's like, what do you want from me, lady? Okay, hi everybody. I don't know how this will work because I don't know how my angle's gonna look, but we're gonna try to do a little trick training live, something cutesy, something fun, something light, right before Christmas. Also, for everyone who's asked what his Christmas gift is, it's Wormer. It's not a gift he wanted, but it's a gift that he needs, probably. Because he just, you know, for how much he's able to eat, I feel like he should be a little more filled out. And I don't know, I just was like, I haven't wormed him. I can't talk to the previous owner because he's a psycho. So I just made my best guess and I say, hey, every new horse I get, I usually do wormer, so we'll just worm this guy. So Merry Christmas, Julio. You're welcome. But we won't do that till later, and I'm not gonna do that on a live because I have a feeling he's gonna hate it. I thought we would do a little video doing some cute little trick training. This guy's not used to getting treats. I don't know if he's ever had a carrot in his life. We will find out today. Gonna put that like that for now. I don't recommend it, but that's what I'm gonna do because my belt is under my overalls, so I can't. Normally what I'll do is I'll put my lead rope through my belt so then it doesn't drag on the ground and I have my hands free, but we're working with what we got. Julio had a nice lovely play and run around in the paddock before I caught him. It was really funny. It's the first time I've actually seen him play and run with his friends, and I got some of it on video, so I'll post that later for a short or something. Hey, but Mr. Julio is used to coming in here and going straight to riding, working, running, doing labor, and I wanted to take a lesson today where, you know, it's Christmas Eve. Why don't we do some cute little tricks? Because I forgot my Christmas skirt. So if I do have Christmas pictures, they'll be after Christmas because I'm a failure and I don't plan ahead well. I do plan ahead well, but when I'm planning for work, I'm not planning then for the ride after, or I'm doing the bare minimum for that. So, you know. But today we're gonna do I'm gonna see if we can work on teaching him the Spanish walk, which if you don't know horses is where they kind of lift their feet and it looks really pretty. We're gonna work on doing the hug, because I think he might be one we could teach to hug. And we might work on the bow. It depends on how he does and if I want to share that or not, because people are crazy. But let's, I guess step number one, go get some carrots and see if he even eats carrots, because he's probably not used to treats. Come, Julio. These are probably a little slimy, and I'm sorry in advance. Oh, these aren't even open yet. Nice. Okay, let me just open this bad boy. We'll just get rid of that one. Stand. Okay, so we might try the bow first. I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling. First, let's determine if these treats are even going to be high value to him. Julio's first carrot. Let's see how he responds. Okay, he's not scared of them. He's already a step ahead of the Mustangs I've had. So, I use a foot rope because I'm not going to break my back. It's just a rope. There's no loop. I could put a loop in it, but I'm not gonna, because that way if he gets panicked, he will be okay. He's done this before about twice, so he has the gist of it. All I'm doing is putting one wrap on it. I'm going to pick it up in a second, and I'm going to use a carrot to try and bait him into a lay down, or into a bow, sorry. So I'm going to use the carrot, get him to lean down. Beautiful. That's step number one. The reason I'm using a foot rope, it's going to be about 50% better on my back, and if he yanks his foot for any reason, I'm not going to get clocked in the face. We are going to learn about personal space today a little bit. He's got to learn that he can't mug me for treats. So I'm going to teach him means no, and then from there he'll learn when I make that sound, it means I don't have a treat for you. I'll let you know when I got something. So, again, We're gonna take his foot. Come on. Treat. And we're just gonna see how low we can get him. Good. I wanna make sure that I give him the treat before I don't wanna put his foot down and have him put his foot down on his face. Now, I haven't done a lot of bows with the treat method just because I do it with pressure and release. So he may not bow, and that's okay. We're just trying to work on teaching him a new skill. So I don't want him to back up. I want him to bow. So I'm going to work on getting him to come backwards without taking his foot away. All I want is his knee to touch the ground. Good. So there, his foot touched the ground. Release, give him a reward. Make sure this doesn't hurt him, because no part of this is supposed to be painful. It's just flexibility, mentally and physically. So I'm gonna push his weight off, take his foot, ask him to come down. And the biggest thing that we're working on is him realizing it's not him taking his foot away, right? Hey, it's him softening. Good. So did he fully bow? No, but he put his ankle on the ground. Good. Just working on him becoming a little more flexible, a little more willing, because he had an issue in his back, and the bow has helped him stretch that back out. But I haven't done it in a while because I've focused on riding or fixing behavioral issues, yada, yada, yada. Ideally, we'd like to get to where I give him the treat while he's down there. He's not that advanced yet, clearly. You know, he's still figuring out to pick up his foot and soften. So what I don't want him to do is accidentally kick me just because he's being real stiff. There. Let him think about it. Because right now he's kind of in a fight set. So, what I want is his knee to soften down. He's done it before, so I know he can. But he's got to get soft to do it. Thank you. Stop. Stop. There. There. Good. Ask him to softly. So what he doesn't want to soften, first off, is that knee. And second is he doesn't want to lean back. Let him pop himself. There we go. It would help if this was shorter. There we go. I know, you're not doing it. And that's okay. But you don't get a treat just for doing nothing. We aren't those people either. Okay, soften the foot. Stop. We're teaching this the slow and harder on me way. And that's okay. Because what I want is for him to realize that he's got a say in it. Whew. Okay. So he's got to say, he can say no. But if he says no, there's no reward. All I want is for him to lean backwards and think about giving that foot. Good. All right. Physically, that's about all I can take on that one. Good boy. We'll figure it out. Since you want to be all key with your feet, let's do something to use that productively. Okay. Good. Good. Got my rope dirty. Good. Good. So I want him to bring it forward. Good. Okay. So. Good. Good. Still putting it backwards. Still putting it backwards. Good. 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 You're okay. Good. Nope. Good. We could turn the camera and do this on the fence, which might be better. Hold, please. Okay, let's try this on the fence, simply because it's going to remove an option. Good. Good. Hubert? Oh, did that one taste funny? Good. Good boy. You done? you done with carrots? He's like, I'm out. I'm asleep. Oh yeah, you're not gonna find a worm. He's done with the carrots. He is no longer interested in the carrots. That's okay. We can keep working without him. I just wanted to give him a treat. Good. Good boy. Offer him the carrot every. If he doesn't want it, that's his choice. Good. So we bring him back. So he's decided that the carrots are no longer rewarding. Don't panic. We just standing and talking to a camera for a minute so that I'm not focused on him. So we'll do the other leg. Good. He's starting to get it. Offer him the carrot if he wants it. Do you just not want carrots anymore, or do you just not like that carrot? He says, I've had enough carrots. You don't want no more. Okay. So, like, he keeps word. Good boy. We're just doing low stress lessons today. Good. So as he learns what it means, we can get higher and more out and more power. But this is his second time doing it, and the first time we didn't make much progress. Oh, because this is so. Make him do an effort. Good. That's how he's doing it right now. He's like, we always more as needed. He's like, this is dumb. I hope you know that. See what somebody said if we can get up there in time. Well, I'll never know. I wish there was a way I could see the chat when it's this way. Can I see? There's no way for me to like pull up the chat and see what you guys said. It's kind of, nope. Yeah, I don't know. I'll never know what that person said unless they resend it. That's the one thing I don't like about this setting is when it's this way, I can't see what you guys say. Like when it's the vertical way, I can always see what you guys put in the chat and I can scroll back. But here, there's no way to bring up the previous conversations, which is fine. So we'll go back out here. We've already improved a lot because it used to be that you'd have to drag him everywhere to get him to move. And now he's pretty willing. This is a lot closer. Oh. My feed goes in and out. That's not surprising because there's not great service here. Oh well, that's a bummer. The phone has not moved, and yet the feed goes in and out. Okay, so we'll try it again. So we'll do this foot, and all I want is a little effort. So there was a good effort, but it wasn't forward. He's getting mad. There. He's like, oh, forward. Got it. Oh, I thought we took the carrots again. He said, nope, I'm done. Good. Didn't put it a lot forward, but he put it forward a little. Good boy. There we go. So yes, it's gonna look like pawing for a while, but as he gets better at it, it's gonna be more controlled. Good. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna teach you to hug when you don't want cookies anymore. Hey, that was the best one yet because he picked it up before I touched him and he waited until I moved away and he found the right answer. Good boy. So I'll give him a big break, leave him alone. Good boy. That was really good. I'm really bummed that my feed keeps going in and out. I just don't have any service here. Is what it is. At least people can watch this after the fact. This is how I start a lot of my tricks. There, good. Another thing is to keep moving. So like do this for 3 or 4 and then walk him off. So he has a break from that and he can do something else. Let his brain wander, give him a minute, wander around, do what you gotta do, and then come back. So then I'm gonna go that other foot. That was good, but I can do better. Good. He says, okay, I got you. And then we'll walk off. Because I want him to realize also, eventually this is going to be a forward thing. This is going to be a forward gait. There's a Spanish walk you can do and a Spanish trot. Better. Better. Good. And then this one. Better. Good. Pet him, give him a break because he's getting a little frustrated. He gets frustrated pretty easily. Tell him he's a good boy. Pet him, love on him, walk off. Doesn't matter which way you walk off either. I'm just trying to mix it up because I walk off the same way almost every time. I almost always walk off with him going a certain way around me. Come back, take a minute, sit. We want to break up the cycle. I don't want him to just anticipate. I want him to be aware, I want him to be willing, but I don't want him to anticipate what I'm doing. I want him to always be ready for what I might ask. I want him to good. That if he does it on the first try, if he does a good one, good. On the first try, that I'll leave him alone and I'll stay at this low level. Good boy. You know, like my energy level can stay at a 1 if he will just offer the appropriate behavior. But if I have to raise my energy to get him to respond appropriately, I'm willing to. If anyone wants to get me anything for Christmas, get me one of those little microphones. That way I know you guys can actually hear me. We'll offer him a carrot again. If he wants it, he can take it. Didn't want it. Shock and surprise. I'm not sure how we'll teach him to hug when he's not interested in treats, but we will figure it out. He's like falling asleep. He's like, yeah, whatever. Good. Remember, we start light. And then we add pressure. There. So he was ignoring me. He's like, yeah, whatever, lady. Good. He always does a good one on that side. So I'm going to let him go, walk him off, psych him out. He thought we were going that way. Notice how I'm not choking up my lead. I don't even hold my lead most of the time. It's his responsibility to keep slack. It's my job to put slack in the line. It's his job to keep the slack in the line. He's finally getting responsible enough where when I stop, he stops, and when I, walk, he walks, and he follows me, and I don't have to drag him. Some of our earlier videos, you'll see, like, he had to be drug everywhere. pull on you, you couldn't steer him, you had to hold on to him, and now he's getting to be like a lot of my horses do, where I can just, you know, we're attached, but not really. Like if he set back, this just pulls through my overalls. I'm just doing this to keep it out of the mud because it's muddy. Another reason I wanted to do an easy day, because I don't really enjoy riding in mud. I don't think it's great for him. So I'm going to start with that offside. So I know he can do better, so I expect a little better. Good. He can be mad. He can bite it and paw at it. But I know he's capable of a little bit better. So I'm going to expect it now. So I've kept it at about a 3. There. So there, I popped it up for a second. A little more energy. He did what I asked. Good. So there, he made contact. That was it. So he likes to stomp with his back feet a lot when he's mad. If you watch any of the videos, riding or otherwise, if he starts to get frustrated, he starts kind of stomping with that hind end. There. That was a good try. There. I want to start building a little more effort. And in a minute, we'll take a break and we'll go to the hug. Because I don't want to just school one thing until he's bored to death. Another one I was going to school on a little is our curbside mount, because it's one that I think every horse should know. He's definitely my least proficient at it. He's good at it, like he's good enough that you can get on him, but he doesn't understand the mechanics quite as well as I would like. What I would like is for him to move his hip over. What he thinks it means is do a figure eight and get it in position. Both are acceptable, but that cocking his hip over is ideal, because then I can trust him to come and get me off of anything and not pull me off, if that makes sense. So for the hug, we'll back up. I would normally use a treat, but he's plumb tuckered out of carrots, it would seem. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna do, other than I'm gonna pull his head. So I'm gonna push here and then pull his head around with the rope and try to get him to put his head around me and flex with his head around me. There. I heard a bunch of muscles pop, or a bunch of ligaments pop. Good. Release him, pet him. Most horses I would teach with a treat, and I would teach them to come around and they get a treat when they're over here. But he's had no interest in these, so I haven't had much luck. Oh, you'll take them behind my back. You won't take them from my hand. Okay. I think he's just tired of the taste, because he's had a bunch of them now. Which I also don't recommend, but he's young and he has no health issues, so he's fine. Carrots are okay. If you're gonna do a lot of training with treats, get a low sugar treat. But you know your horse. So I'm gonna take him, squeeze him. So what I want is for him to learn that that squeeze means to move his head. Good. So if he doesn't want the carrot, I just pet him, leave him alone, walk away. The carrot is there for him to take if he wants it. If I had another treat, I'd give him a different treat, but he doesn't seem interested. And all I'm doing is teaching him that when I squeeze on his neck, I want him to curl his head around me. Marv got really good at that. To me, it serves no purpose other than it's cute and I like it. So I'm going more up his neck to help him out. I still have my cookie back there. So every time he gives, I release, and every time he pushes back into me, I add pressure. I give him a break when he's in a good spot, more pressure, because all I'm trying to get him to do is curl his head around a little more. He's not very soft in his neck to this side. Good boy. He's trying. So then if he weren't gonna give, what I'll do is I'll take his face, and flex him. Good. Pet him, give him a reward. Even if the reward is simply you're no longer flexing him. You know, for horses that aren't super food motivated, it's a little bit harder to get them to where you want them to be. So, I'm just going to take him and flex him with me here and see if we can't start teaching him that means teaching him. And what I'll do is I'll pair this hand with me pulling on the rope halter. So I'll put this here, push, pull, push, pull, push, there. Leave him alone, walk away. So what I want him to pair the two with is if he doesn't give off the push, I'm going to pull him into the position. It's not pull like in a mean way, not in an aggressive way. Simply, I'm going to make it so that he's in the position that I desire. So this horse is super high-headed. He never puts his head down. And he's finally like putting his head down a little bit. Good boy. Okay, so push, pull. He's like, what? What do you want? Do you want food? So what I'll do is I'll put the carrot in this hand so I can give it to him if he wants it. Push, push, pull, push, push, there. If he wants the carrot, he can have it. If he doesn't want it, he doesn't have to get. Good boy. Give him the reward, leave him alone, let him do what he needs. He spat it out. Decided it's no longer interesting. Is going to his other leftover carrot bits. Still not interesting. But just giving him a mental break. Like if he's gonna be good and he's gonna do the thing I asked, leave him alone for a minute. Good. So now he's kind of looking for it. So for the sake of flexibility, let's do it on both sides. This side, he's probably not gonna do as well. He doesn't trust people on this side and he's not super flexible. So I'm pushing. Good. He actually went right to it. Oh, this side of his face is fine with taking carrots. It's the other side that says no. Good boy. Okay, we'll try it again, see what we get. So, pushing with my hand. Good. I think he's just enjoying breaking them at this point. He's eaten parts of each of them, but he's not eaten a whole one. He says, there's a carrot on the ground. That's weird. Where did that come from? Okay. So then he's getting distracted. That's okay. Back him up a little. Get him soft off my hand for a minute. There. Okay. So, I'm gonna put my hand, touch. So he's a great hugger on this side. I literally touch his neck and he comes around. Good job. All right. I can't believe we've been doing this for a half hour. We'll do a little more on your Spanish walk and then we'll be done. Oh no, we were gonna do the curbside mount and then we'll be done. How about that? I'm hanging this here so I don't forget it. Okay, here's my tub for mounting. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall over. It might. Okay, so. Okay, so. Gonna want one long whip and a good rope. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little portal. So, if he doesn't go, that's okay. Good. And then I rest the whip, give him a break, pet him. Good. buddy, it's a carrot. Pet him, lean over him, pat him on all sides, play with his butt. Good. Hop off. I don't think he's gonna do it. Good. Give him a break. Good. Okay. This is the best one. All right. Ugh. And now we're gonna teach one last thing. I always forget it, and it's a trick I would like, or a training thing I'd like every horse to know. We're gonna work on trying to teach him to lower his head. This is a very high-headed horse, a very worried horse. He's clearly been popped. You can tell because like when I tried to give him a carrot earlier, he jumped because he thought he was in trouble. And it takes a long time for them to unlearn that. Man, could you try to look like you don't hate life? You always look so mad. He's really a depressing animal. But we're gonna work on trying to get him to lower his head. This one I don't really teach with tricks or with treats. I just teach it via pressure and release. I'll try to move to where you can see me and we'll go from there. He's not soft in the face, so it might not look good. Hey. Oh, buddy old pal. Well, don't walk into me. He said, ow. Okay, 2 hands. I'm gonna take one here, there, and rock it until I see him lower and give to the rope. There. Another way, good. Good. Another way some people will do it is they'll put their hands here. If he licks and chews, I take my hands away because I want him to figure out what's going on. So, you can do it this way. It seems like he might know it that way. We'll find out. So, every time his head comes up, I'm just gonna work there. Every tiny release, every tiny give, you need to release because they learn from every release. And if you only release for the big stuff, you're not gonna get there. I mean, you will, but it's gonna take twice as long. If I give for every little micro, like here, I'm putting so little pressure, just That's like no pressure. Let him go, reward him, pet him, offer him a carrot that he's gonna not eat. Or eat. Part of. Look, guys, it's his world. We just live in it. Okay, my phone's about to die. Back him up. This is the softest his back up's ever been, too. Just saying. He's not a good backer upper. So, very soft. Hand here, here. Just rocking, let go. Rock, let go. Good. All I want is a level head. Our next goal from this, I forgot, is this. There. But we have to teach it that first way, because that's going to get him the idea here. Because what I want to use it for is then if I start teaching him like showmanship maneuvers, I want to teach him to trot in hand with his head low. I want to teach him to walk in hand with his head low. And part of that is me being able to bump him and bring his head down. So, hands here and here. He already knows the game. He's like, okay, move my head away. Good. I'm also, you'll notice, giving him the treats down low because he's a very high-headed horse. You can tell by his conformation even that he's very, he is very high-headed. He keeps his head up here a lot instead of being level. Like this would be perfect. If he could learn to keep his head level with his body, he'd look 100 times better than he does right now. Good. But his reaction is he gets stressed easily. And then when he's stressed, his head comes up. What you doing? What doing? Oh, don't chew on my hair. What doing? It's the most curious you've ever been. Okay, so I'm grabbing the knot. Same movement. Back and forth, back and forth. There. When he releases, reward him. I reward him down low. It's a personal choice. It's so funny that he went through that period where he wouldn't take carrots and now he's taking them again. Weirdo. Crazy neighbors here. We'll do one more and I think we'll call it quits because that was all the tricks and more that I wanted to do. So I want it to get to where it's just off the halter pressure. So then I go to rocking and squeezing. And I just want to see if I can get his head to lower and come off my hand. There. And then when it does, treat. You don't have to do treats. Like I said, I don't normally teach this with treats, but I want this horse to have a positive association with working. Now, if he gets muggy, that's when I'm going to teach him to stop mugging. Good. So that's going to be my no sound is. I've used that for almost every horse I've ever had. Don't know why. Probably because it works on dogs too. They instinctively know that tends to mean no. Every dog I've had anyway. So we'll try one more hug since he's in for carrots again. Good. Perfect. And you let him hang out in that hug because it's a good place to be. And if you'll excuse me, Merry Christmas Eve. I'm gonna go help my friend in the barn. Unfortunately, I've been told that this was almost unviewable, so hopefully you can watch it later. Bye.